Karev being an original Grey's Anatomy character makes his potential return more sought after than others, but Justin Chambers' comments against such a return 4 years after Karev's departure paint a better picture for Joe's future. Chambers left Grey's Anatomy as the show was in its 16th season, and while his character didn't have a tragic ending, Alex Karev's exit nonetheless was one of Grey's Anatomy's most controversial. Between his last appearance happening via voiceover and the fact he left those he considered his family at Grey Sloan by saying goodbye via letter, Karev's exit didn't reflect the character's steps forward. Throughout the 16 Grey's Anatomy seasons Karev was a part of, he went through one of the most radical character developments, going from someone selfish, sometimes unfair, and detached from his peers to being Meredith's person once Christina moved to Switzerland and someone who generally cared about others. Karev leaving Joe without even telling her in person thus felt entirely out of character based on who he had become, even if the move reunited him with Izzy and his secret children. In light of the exit, Chambers' opposition to return to Grey's Anatomy means good news for Joe and Meredith. Justin Chambers rules out returning as Karev in Grey's Anatomy anytime soon. Chambers has played various different roles since leaving Grey's Anatomy behind. Plenty of key Grey's Anatomy characters returned in recent years, well after their exit from the show. From Addison's storyline about reproductive health care in Grey's Anatomy seasons 18 and 19 to Arizona's brief cameo in season 20 and Jackson's recurrent appearances in seasons 19 and 21, it has become more frequent for important characters to reappear in the medical drama. However, that doesn't seem to be the case for Alex Karev, as Justin Chambers ruled out an imminent Grey's Anatomy return, calling the chapter closed for now, despite reiterating how grateful he was for the opportunity in the medical drama. Chambers' refusal to return soon to Grey's Anatomy reportedly has to do with the same reason he left the medical drama. Indeed, Chambers left the show because he wanted to explore playing different roles and characters, and leaving Grey's Anatomy gave him that chance. While Chambers doesn't shut down a possible return in the future, his focus continues to be very far away from playing Alex Karev again, and the completely opposite role he plays in Accused demonstrates the success he achieved in diversifying his career. Returning this soon as Karev on Grey's Anatomy would go against his reported objective. Karev returning would be bad for Joe's Grey's Anatomy season 21 story. Joe has finally moved on from his betrayal and is happy. Karev not returning in Grey's Anatomy season 21 is good news for Joe and potentially even Meredith. Alex's departure from Seattle was puzzling, hurtful, and unexpected, and it was viewed like that by Joe and Meredith. With Alex one of the few still at Grey Sloan besides Meredith's mentors and friends, Miranda Bailey and Richard Webber, his sudden departure could appear as a betrayal, especially to someone like Meredith who had lost her fair share of loved ones unexpectedly. Returning in Grey's Anatomy season 21 would add even more to Meredith's plate, which is full between Catherine and her research. However, the character most negatively affected by Alex's return would be Joe Wilson. Indeed, it had been difficult for Joe to trust someone, and her and Alex's wedding had only happened in Grey's Anatomy season 14's finale. The way Alex left her enraged and shattered her, and it took a long time for Joe to overcome Alex's betrayal. Does Grey's Anatomy still need Karev to return? The return of other original Grey's Anatomy characters would work better. Considering how far Grey's Anatomy has come, any original character returning would bring joy to audiences. However, Alex's return is the one that would make the least sense in Grey's Anatomy season 21. Between the terrible way he left Joe, Meredith, and the hospital and the reasons he had to do so, living with Izzy after finding love again and their children, Alex's return could risk making his exit even worse, as it would be even more difficult to justify. The return of any other key original Grey's Anatomy character would be more functional to the story. With Meredith still at the center of the storm with her groundbreaking research, Christina's return wouldn't be out of place. Even Izzy returning would work better, despite her longer absence from Grey Sloan, as it could provide an intriguing reunion with Meredith, Miranda, and Richard. While Alex's return could be counterproductive in Grey's Anatomy season 21, it could work later, thus making Chambers' openness to return eventually good news for the medical drama's future. As season 21 of Grey's Anatomy approaches, longtime fans of the medical drama are buzzing with excitement, not just for the usual riveting storylines and emotional arcs, but because of the potential return of one of the show's most beloved characters, Alex Karev. Recently, Justin Chambers, the actor who portrayed Karev for over 16 seasons, made comments hinting that a comeback might be on the horizon. For fans of Jo Wilson, played by Camilla Luddington, this news holds significant promise, as it could greatly impact her character's journey in the upcoming season. If Alex Karev does return, it may prove to be one of the most important developments in Jo's storyline, potentially setting the stage for emotional growth, closure, and rekindled relationships. The importance of Karev in Jo's life. Alex Karev's departure from Grey's Anatomy in season 16 was controversial and heartbreaking. The character's sudden exit, leaving Seattle to reunite with his ex-wife, Izzy Stevens, and their children, felt like an emotional punch for both Jo and the audience. Jo and Alex had shared years of ups and downs, with Jo finally finding stability and love in Alex, only to be left behind without any in-person goodbye. The way Karev's story was wrapped up, through letters, left Jo shattered and fans divided. Since Karev's exit, Jo has worked hard to rebuild her life. She's taken on new challenges, personally and professionally, transitioning into OBGYN and adopting baby Luna, all while managing the heartbreak of Alex's abandonment. However, there's been an undeniable lingering void in Jo's story. Her healing process, while remarkable, has never fully addressed the deep wound left by Karev's departure. This is why the idea of Alex Karev's return holds so much potential for Jo's future. Karev's return, an opportunity for Jo's emotional closure. Justin Chambers' recent comments regarding his potential return to Grey's Anatomy have sparked hope that Jo might finally get the closure she deserves. Since Karev's departure, Jo has never had a real opportunity to confront Alex face-to-face or express the depth of her pain. A return could pave the way for a powerful, emotional reunion, where Jo can finally ask the questions that have haunted her since he left. Jo's growth has been substantial since Karev's exit, and meeting him again would showcase just how far she's come. The woman Karev left is not the same woman he would return to. Jo has shown immense strength, resilience, and independence in her time without him.